Hello and welcome to Petronella Computer Consultants' presentation on how your website can become a silent salesperson. We're going to show you how to increase both sales and your marketing return on investment. Let's get going. But first, it looks like there'll be more people here today than I can respond to during our presentation. So if you have any questions at all, go ahead and type them into the box at the bottom of the screen, and we'll make sure we get back to you in less than one day. I'd also ask you to make sure that your phones are muted because we will be recording this presentation to share with individuals who have indicated they can't make the session today. But we're going to talk about the role of your silent salesperson, your website. The number one role is to generate leads. Can answer questions of your prospects. It can build trust. It can generate calls to action, and in some cases, it can lead to actual closes, depending on the nature of what you sell. But all of these functions, if you stop and think about it, are also functions that you entrust to employees called salespeople. We're going to show you how to turn your website utilizing our 4 steps to success into that silent salesperson that works for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Wouldn't that be great? First, we're going to talk about strategy, how to develop a strategy for your website. Then how to design and develop content to complement that strategy. The third step is to drive traffic to the website. And the fourth step is to track your ROI and manage it for improvement on a perpetual basis. Step 1 is strategy. The strategy roadmap literally begins with you understanding where you are right now. Where are your competitors relative to web marketing initiatives and activity? And don't just benchmark the prettiness or the attractiveness of their website. That's important, but what's more important is, does it bring customers to your website versus your competitors? Then you have to lay out a plan. You have to plan the design of your website, and then ultimately you have to go ahead and execute on that plan. So let's start by understanding what your current ROI is from marketing on the web. We also need to benchmark what it should be. If you're not comfortable in understanding these two metrics, then make sure that you talk to one of our consultants who will be able to help you ascertain exactly where you stand. You also should take a hard look at how your website brands your business. And most importantly, are you missing some opportunities as a result of being branded incorrectly or not having a strategy that complements your goals? Some website strategies that you should consider is, what will you do with your website? Is it going to be branding? Are you attempting to reach new markets, generate leads, or sell online? You can't do all of these things well or excellently simultaneously. So part of your mission is to strategize and prioritize which is the number one goal. Your website should absolutely provide answers to prospects who come to your website. Let's face it, no one goes to any website, regardless of how they get there, unless they're looking for some information. It may be as simple as, how do I find your company? Or as complicated as, how do your products and services stack up against others? But there are questions that the visitor to your website are trying to get answered. You must figure out who your target audience is. A classic mistake is websites are designed to sell to the presumed audience, not the actual audience. So you may have to do some research to really understand who the people are that are visiting your website. But once you know your target audience, then you need to let visitors get to know and trust you. There should be educational papers, downloads, information, videos on your website. And these are designed to show your prospects, your visitors, that you can help them with their issues. This portion of your website is really working to turn your company into a topic matter expert or a trusted advisor. Educate your visitors about your products, and most importantly, about the valuable results that a relationship with your company, your products, and your services will produce for the visitor. And last but certainly not least, make it easy for visitors to buy from you. Have you ever gone to a website and decided that you wanted to buy one of the products that was promoted on the website, got your credit card out, went to the shopping cart, and then things got complicated? I know it's happened to me, and more often than not, I will say, forget it, I'll go somewhere else. So you have to make it easy for your visitors to buy from you if you intend to sell them products and services directly from your website. Let me share with you some of the things that we've heard that don't fall into the category of being a strategy. If any of these things sound like your company, you need to really take into consideration some of the ideas that we're sharing and meet with a Petronella consultant to identify a sound strategy for your website. The most frequently heard comment that we get is, our customers know us. They don't care about the internet. Well, maybe your current customers don't, but the customers who aren't buying from you may be all over the internet. As a matter of fact, data shows unrevocably, unequivocally, that the vast majority of new purchases start on the web. So the real tragedy with this static idea is that it is static, it's old-fashioned, and you are hurting yourself by ignoring the people who are not known to you. You see, we like to say that there are two universes that all companies deal in. There's the known universe of customers and prospects. You've already talked to those people. And there's the unknown universe. And the goal of your website as it pertains to this issue is to introduce your company proactively and professionally to that unknown universe. Another statement we hear is, hey, we don't have any need for web marketing. We have print, radio, and TV ads. And I'm sure you do. But take a look at print, radio, and TV from your competitors or from other companies in other industries. All of those organizations and industries are pulling back their radio, print, and TV advertising. And the reason they're pulling it back is it is incrementally less effective. As time goes by and as Generation X starts spending their money, they will be spending their money as a result of web marketing, not print, radio, or TV ads. So make sure, once again, you're embracing and attracting people that you don't know. Now, if you work with Petronella, the third statement is absolutely negated. Many people have said it's too complicated and they don't have time. You see, that's where we come in. We're professionals at optimizing our clients' web marketing activities. A lot of people have said it's too expensive, but you know, they say that because they don't understand. It's not an expense, but it's actually an investment. Now, later on, I'm going to present a case study to show you what could happen if you optimize your web marketing activity utilizing Petronella consulting services. The internet unequivocally is an unprecedented opportunity to find new customers, and that's what it's all about, finding new customers. Now, the second step of your optimization program is to design and develop a website and a campaign. So what we want to start with is what your visitors want. Remember, don't presume to know. You actually should do some research and get to understand what the visitors to your website wants. Do they understand what you sell? Do they understand why your product or your service is the answer to the problem or question that they have when they come to your website? Does your website illustrate cost and how can it be financed if it is a significant purchase? Does it offer more information? Does it answer the question, where are you? And really importantly, does it show the visitor how to order? Now, here's what happens when people visit your website. They form an instant impression about your company. Literally, in seconds, an impression is formed about the professionalism, the quality, and the depth and breadth of services that your company offers. The eye of the human being visiting your website starts in the upper left-hand corner and progresses to the right and down through the page. The eye is drawn to photos, especially photos of other people. Many people will ignore ads and marketing speak. So read your website. Does it have phrases like, we're North America's premier provider of yabba dabba yabba dabba? Well, I'm having a little bit of fun with the language here on purpose, But if we have overwhelming marketing speak, you're turning the visitors off. And remember, the key here is to bring the visitors into your business. They will quickly go to the navigation system, they will scan the content and move fast. Literally, seconds is all it takes for the average visitor to decide whether or not they're going to stay on a specific page and whether or not they're going to stay in your website. Most leave the website quickly, and we refer to those as bounces. Now, this is an example of a good home page. We have a person identified, and that person is quickly and easily identifiable. The website has navigation on it. It brings into the content of trust. If you look at the bottom, they state we move your life with a 97% referral rate. And it has calls to action. Get a quote. So this page has all the components that we're looking for. Now, you must design value from your content. Do the visitors get value from reading what's on your website? Is it clear what the company does? Does the website have clear branding? Can visitors find what they need to know? Is the content optimized for search engines? And if you don't know that, then you really have to meet with us ASAP, because if you aren't optimized, you are virtually invisible to the market. And I'll tell you more about that in just a couple more moments. Does the content drive conversions? Conversions from visitor to inquiry or inquiry to sale? And are you getting sales from the website? Now, here's some more good content. Again, going back to that moving company that I talked about a moment ago. The content clearly explains what they do, who they serve. The keywords that are woven throughout that content are written in a way to resonate accurately with the search engines. I don't know if you're familiar with what search engines do, but I'm sure you've heard of Google and Bing and other competitive search engines. Well, they read websites, and they read websites for keywords. And based on formulas that are built into these search engines, they will identify the website which has the best alignment of keywords and other factors. If those alignments are optimum, if you're the best, then you'll show up number one on the list. If you're the worst, you'll show up last on the list. And here's a tip. If you're not on the first page, you may as well forget about it. So you must work to get on the first page of any search engine, or you are virtually invisible. The content is also very informative, and once again, it shows them how to buy. Step 3 is to drive traffic. Now, traditional marketing is what we're used to, and it can drive traffic to your facility and business. Many people are comfortable sending out email newsletters, but the real secret sauce to driving optimum revenue is to engage in internet marketing. We believe that internet marketing is the home run for companies like yours. And that's because 84% of major purchases start with an online search. The online marketing methods include optimization of a search engine. Those are the keywords I was just talking about a moment ago. And then there's a concept called paid search. This is where you pay an organization like Google for certain AdWords. When you create that ad, it's displayed on the side of the page and or at the very top. When people click on that, you pay Google on a per-click basis. Paid search is also referred to as pay-per-click. It's very fast in getting response, but it can be expensive. Now, local search optimization is something every company at today's webinar should optimize. And I'm going to show you how to do that for very low cost in just a moment. Social media is also very appropriate for most industries and businesses. Now, 90% of users of the web pages or search engines will click on the first 3 results on page 1. And this is what I was talking about a moment ago. If you're not on the first page after you've requested a search, you're in trouble. You're invisible to your prospects. And what I'd like you to do as soon as the webinar is done is go to Google and type in a description of your company and your locale. So for instance, if you sell bicycles in Raleigh, then type in bicycle shop Raleigh and see where your company ranks with those conditions. You see, the people who don't know you won't type your company name in. They will type in a description of the product or service that they are seeking, and they frequently will put in a geography. So make sure you do that. If you're a chiropractor in Durham, make sure that you type in chiropractic services Durham and see where you rank. Type in a description of your product or service, not your company name, and your locale, and see where you come up. If you're on page 1, say hallelujah, you're doing great. If not, then you need to respond to our offer to meet with one of our consultants and learn how we, working together, can get you up to page 1. You see, Google ranks web pages on about 200 factors. The keywords that I talked about a moment ago are just one of those factors. These include Google's ability to access and read your pages. In other words, how's the website designed? Your page content must match the search inquiry. Keywords. The page popularity, in other words, who links to your website, is also important. Websites compete constantly for keyword ranking. So literally, if you were number 1 6 months ago and you've done nothing since then to stay in alignment with the changes that your competitors are doing, you probably won't be number 1 right now. What this really means is that optimization of your website is the beginning of a perpetual process. Once it's optimized, you have to constantly tweak the search engines, the keywords, etc., to make sure that you stay on the first page. And your website must be designed with the intent to compete in mind. Anything other than that will put you way behind your competition. Now, organic search is called search engine optimization. It is designed to get you on page 1 of Google. And we will work with you in a proactive, ongoing, tactical fashion to optimize your competitiveness because you are competing with other companies for that page 1 ranking. SEO, search engine optimization organizations like Petronella, do lots of things to create traffic to your website. Among them is we research and use important keywords. We'll give your website SEO-friendly code and setting. We'll create interesting content to attract visitors. We can help you write articles and blogs and press releases and get them on your website. We'll help you create strategic backlinks to other related websites. And we will focus on getting you up to and maintaining page 1 rankings. Now, paid search is that pay-per-click that I talked about a moment ago, and Google AdWords is probably, definitely rather, the most popular paid search program going. This is a situation where you create ad copy. It's posted on the right-hand side of the pages. I'm sure you've seen these. When someone says, that's interesting, and they click on that, they will be forwarded to your website. When they come to your website, you have created a payment to Google based on the auctioned price that you established for that ad word. So if you told Google you would pay them $2 for everybody that clicked from that ad to your website, every time that ad is clicked, you owe Google $2 extra, and they will very appropriately and rapidly charge your credit card for that. The advantage of pay-per-click is you get fast results, overnight results. The disadvantage is it can be expensive, but I have to let you know that you can totally control the total spend for AdWords. You can set a top stop on the expenditure per day or per week or per month, which will prevent you from having runaway charges. So you can set a budget, see how it goes, and then tweak it based on your situation. You should also take a look at other key internet marketing tools, and more are coming on board literally every day. There's Google Places and Google Local. Now, Google Local will give you a presence on the web without charge. Make sure you check that out, and you can also put AdWords in there And this is especially helpful if your market is within driving distance of your facility. So if you own a restaurant or a coffee shop or a bike store, that may be the kind of internet marketing that you want to get involved with. You'll also want to explore Google Plus, and directories like Yelp will be fantastically beneficial to you, as will social media and Twitter. The more buzz that you create on the web, the more referrals you get. And the more referrals you get, the better your organic rankings. And the better the rankings, the more sales you get. So everything sort of dovetails together. I hope you're getting the message that no one thing will fix everything, and no one thing done once will create a permanent improvement in your internet/web marketing activity. So as I said earlier, you can get a listing from Google.com for free. It's called a local listing. Add videos and photos and whatever, and ask for reviews from your customers. You want to target the 7-pack page 1 local listings. In social media, make sure you educate your market. If you start pitching, you'll turn them off. The key to social media success is educate, educate, educate. White papers, tips, tactics, strategies, recipes, home runs that have been hit by other customers. All of those things add up to a great social media philosophy. Set up a Yelp account and watch how people report on your business. And use getlisted.org to claim other listings. Now, step 4 is to optimize the performance. If you'll recall, just a moment ago, I said you can't do this once and be done. You must perpetually monitor, at least on a weekly basis, where you are in the rankings and what Google Analytics reports are telling you. Step 4 is to establish a conversion strategy and make sure you take advantage of Google Analytics and Webmaster Tools. Review your website stats such as number of visitors, pages visited, bounce rate, and sources of visitor traffic. If you aren't getting Google Analytics regularly, make sure that you do that immediately. That's like not knowing how many dollars are in the bank account, but planning to build a new building, and no one would do that in that fashion. Track your conversions and review this regularly. Now, earlier I said I will share a case study with you, and this is it. You can see that last year this particular website generated 200 visitors per month. After we optimized it, it was generating 800 visitors per month. Now, the lead conversion rate, in other words, visitors who converted into a lead, stayed the same, 10% last year versus this year. And so last year, the company got 20 leads per month. This year, they're getting 80 leads per month. Now, the conversion of leads to sales also stays the same. So they are converting 10% last year and 10% this year. Now, that means that last year they were averaging 2 sales per month from their website, and this year they're averaging 8 sales per month. The average sale has stayed the same, $1,000 last year versus this year. So last year they were getting $2,000 per month in revenue from their website. This year they're getting $8,000. The monthly sales increase was $6,000. Annually, that's a $72,000 increase based on a web optimization project that in this case study, in this instant, was an $18,000 investment. The payback was 90 days. The return on investment was 300%, and it goes on as long as they maintain their website. So the ball's pretty much in your court. It's time to take action. Write a strategic internet marketing plan. Set a budget. Select your technical team, and we certainly would like to compete for a position on that team. Design and launch the website. Begin regular website promotion activities. Coordinate and review your results. Revise campaigns. Monitor the competition, and stay on track and keep your strategy up to date. Or you can do it the easy way by asking us to do it all for you. By outsourcing it, we will get it done faster, we'll get it done more proficiently, and you'll get the results sooner. It's up to you. But if you're looking for profits, you should take the one action that is important, and that is call Petronella Computer Consultants at 919-422-2607. We'll come out and sit down with you and explore your options and clarify the web marketing alternatives for you. Thank you for your time and your attention, and I wish you a very good day.